Very well. So, how about this Matteo Guendouzi? What's the reality about Matteo Guendouzi going or not going with a loan to obligation? Well, that is not the main concern for Arsenal right now at the moment. Another problem that has arisen right now is the Saliba problem. What exactly is happening at Saliba's problem? We're going to deal with that. I'm going to make you aware of the problem right now. What is actually Arsenal dealing with, and of course, we're going to also talk about some other news as well. So stay tuned for that. If you seek daily Arsenal content, consider subscribing. That's what I do in this channel. If you're interested, of course, why not? If you're a rival fan, but if you still want to know what is Arsenal doing in the transfer window, you can still subscribe. Probably adds more of your information, so that you can actually slander Arsenal fans. Dare to do it in the comment section, by the way. Moving on, so Matteo Guendouzi tweeted out, I think he said that thank you Arsenal FC, thanks for everything. I discovered and learned so much during my time here. It would be impossible to list everything without forgetting one memory or word, but I will never forget any minute spent with the Gunners jersey. Now, why is he saying something like that? I mean, okay, I'll be coming back to that. But first, let's talk about Houssem Aouar. So, Houssem Aouar, we already made an episode today afternoon where I told you that there's a source which says that Houssem Aouar is actually ill, but is not. Is making an excuse. He's preparing for a transfer. This is a message that Houssem Aouar has now posted on his official social medias as well. What does this translate to? Well, this is what it means. He says, once again, unfortunately, yet another fake news has been released about me. I'm not in the habit of answering what is said about me. Long story short, he is hospitalized during the weekend because of some problems, and he'll be coming back for Olympique Lyon, is what he meant. So, breaking another one of the myths that is actually circulating in the transfer market. So, Houssem Aouar is fine. Moving on, so let's talk about James Maddison. So, Fabrizio Romano in his Eye to Eye podcast says that Leicester are convinced Maddison is staying at the moment. They will only sell if they receive a crazy bid. Locatelli to Juve, it's not done yet, but it's getting really close. Nothing close with Inter for Bellerin. Arsenal won't accept a loan with an option to buy. And here we go for Renato Sanchez. 4 or 5 clubs hold an interest in Renato Sanchez. Nothing is imminent. Arsenal, Liverpool are interested. They appreciate the player, but there's nothing serious happening right now from either of the clubs. Maddison deal would be really complicated, but there is still 2 months to go in the window right now. We don't know where exactly things will land up for the clubs, but we just hope something is positive and we could see something really better from Arsenal doing in the transfer market. Let's see. Moving on, as per sportmediaset.it, they say Manu Locatelli has said no to Arsenal. Time to move on, and we could actually make a better option, because even another source, Forza Juventus, who actually do this latest Juventus transfer news and updates, BS, they say that Locatelli has said no to Arsenal, and he also is putting up the whole thing. So we're going to deal with that, don't worry. So here's the deal. Matteo Guendouzi is thanking everyone at Arsenal. See, here's the official, this is what Olympique Marseille's official website says, that Matteo Guendouzi has signed with Olympique Marseille for a 1-year loan with an option to buy. They've not mentioned it is an obligation to buy, with an option to buy. So if it's only with an option to buy, why the hell is he thanking everyone that this is the last time that we've seen him in an Arsenal jersey? Why is he doing it? Marseille say that it's just an option to buy, but it's not that obligation. I don't remember if any club would have actually come up with their official website saying that it's an obligation to buy. We are obligated to buy him, but they're very excited to sign him, of course. So of course I'll be keeping an eye on him, since he's still an Arsenal player according to this news. But anyways, that is what Arsenal's official website also says. So I just not want to take things out. So here's one of the unbelievable news for you guys. I would want to say that, but before that, I think I will definitely come up with something else. So let me just share something really funny. And that funny things right now is about none other than Arthur Okonkwo. Well, the funny part and the funny aspect is that Express Sport has learned that 19-year-old academy prospect Arthur Okonkwo is likely to step up and replace Alex Ronarson as the third keeper, or if you see the last season, he's the second keeper, and he's very highly rated behind the scenes at London Colney. Arsenal are expected to launch a formal bid for Aaron Ramsdale after Euro 2020, with Leno keen to embark on a new challenge as he detailed in April. We don't know yet. So that could be the possibilities of Arsenal's goalkeepers. But according to Ekrem Konur, Sead Kolasinac wants to terminate his contract with Arsenal. There are talks about it. Fenerbahce is closely monitoring his situation, and he also has offers from Bundesliga. So Ekrem Konur has spoke about it. So crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And we have an update about Sead Kolasinac, which is kind of cool. Lovely as we could speak about it. So what about it now? Well, yeah. So here's the reality about William Saliba. Okay, I've got some really good and some really bad news. Which one would you want to hear? I think let's try to be honest. That's what I think you would want to you would want me to be. So here's my honesty to you guys. Well, it's pretty much clear. One source clearly, La Provence, Don Draper, says that according to La Provence, the ongoing negotiations between Marseille and Arsenal are more complex than they seem. It's not sure these negotiations between both clubs will lead to a positive outcome, that is Saliba joining Marseille. However, L'Equipe think that both Luan Perez and William Saliba will play for Marseille next season. Now, who is Luan Perez? Why am I talking about him? Well, he's also a defender that Marseille want to sign. Now, there are contradicting news flash that is actually happening in the transfer market. What exactly? I'll tell you. So here's the sad news. Idris Kasmi tweeted out that the loan of William Saliba is still relevant, even if the discussions with Arsenal are lengthening somewhat. Marseille absolutely want an option to buy for William Saliba for 15 million pounds or euros. For Arsenal, either the player returns at the end of the loan or 30 million euros, I guess. 30 million euros. They want to get back all the money that they spent on William Saliba at Saint-Etienne. So there is a price tag for William Saliba. According to this source, there is a price tag that Arsenal have set. 30 is what they want for the player, 30 million euros. And I'm pretty much sure, I think Arsenal are playing with Marseille's mind here, because I don't think so Marseille will cough up that much amount of money for a defensive talent. And hence, I would want to bring it to you that according to today's edition of L'Equipe, Jorge Sampaoli, Marseille manager, has made his choice for the centre-back position. The Argentine would be more interested in signing Luan Perez rather than William Saliba. So hence, you understand my confusion. So one source says that yes, Marseille want to bring in William Saliba, but they can only afford 15 million. They want an option to buy 15 million. That's what they want. Arsenal are adamant that if either Saliba comes up, goes on loan, comes back, or 30 million euros, 30 million euros is what they are expecting from if they want to sell out William Saliba, plus the loan amount, which has irked Jorge Sampaoli at Marseille. So he's already kept his eye on Luan Perez. Now, that's also the official website of Mercato. Leighton Sport also say that Luan Perez, who plays for Santos FC, two profiles have caught Marseille's eye. While they believe that they cope up with the potential starting DJ Kaletacha has identified a type profile, so they believe that they could get the job done. William Saliba is one of the players that they want, and Luan Perez as well. So let's see where things will lead us. We don't know yet. Okay. So I had this confusion, I had to share it with you. Now you be confused with me. Moving on, so David Ornstein reveals what Reece Nelson told him about Bukayo Saka. So you have to read it. That's what the message read, so I thought, why not? So here he says that I went to interview Reece Nelson and Jadon Sancho in Dortmund in 2018, and before we were rolling for the interview, Nelson and I were talking about Arsenal players. I said, I heard so much about you coming through because you were friends with Sancho and with Piers. You're the one, right? But there are also others. There's Willox, I've heard of Nketiah. He just stopped me when I was speaking and said there's only one you need to watch out for, and it's Saka. And I'd never heard of him. So this was 2018 and Saka was probably 16 years old, and he said, that is the one. That boy can do things you wouldn't have seen on a football pitch. That's what Reece Nelson said about Bukayo Saka, man. That's when the things actually turned around. So according to George Baird, Arsenal youth options that could feature in the preseason for the senior team: centre backs Omar Rekik, Zayn Bon-Lewis, Alex Kirk, Harry Clark; left back Joel Lopez; centre mid, attacking mid or winger Miguel Aziz might join Arsenal in the preseason; Charlie Patino, Kathleen Kajan, James Olainka, Ben Cottrell, Omari Hutchinson; and centre forward Tyrese John Jules. And here's the bigger update. What exactly Arsenal are seeing in Lokonga? So, according to HLN.be, they say that Arsenal scouts see Lokonga as an ideal reinforcement to refresh the Ashes. A dynamic, tech-savvy pawn with a margin of progression. The young and malleable talent Arteta wants to work with. Roberto Martinez amongst the people Arsenal made enquiries to sign or actually look out at Lokonga. And Anelka in his open letter to Mbappe says, I think the toughest league is in England. So if you want to be one of the best, then you do what you do in Paris, but with Chelsea or United or Arsenal or City or Liverpool. So he wants him to come to the Premier League. Lovely news. So moving on, so from here we go, Nuno Tavares' agent Instagram stories, which tells him that he's already at the Emirates and his protege has signed a new contract, isn't it? Lovely. Great to see. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.